Well, from neon beautiful dress to sweater.
Oh, it's cold today, and I'm like running from one thing to the next. I literally rushed in the door.
Can we clarify? It's not cold. It is cool. It is hoodie weather.
Well, I was cold because I came from the hairdresser, but we didn't have time to blow dry my hair, so it's wet, so I'm cold.
I'm excited that
I know I wanted to eat one too. They're so good.
I have not had one of these. Go ahead and tell them about why there's chocolate on the table.
There is chocolate all over the table. This one is, in particular, is a work of art because
oh my gosh, that is
the
good.
reason we are rushing from one thing to the next is you and I just got back from Reno, Nevada, on a visit to Dorinda's Chocolates.
Oh my God, dude.
It's so good. Mm-hmm. It's so good. But this had to come home on the plane with us. They don't ship it because it's so fragile. There's just no way to make sure that it would get to people safely. But
it also has 12 eggs.
You crack it open down the middle and it has chocolate eggs inside it. But this is like hand painted with chocolate. It is a chocolate work of art. It's amazing.
It really is. It's amazing. And I'm really excited for my wife.
I would eat it if I knew I wasn't going to sound like you on camera because this is so good.
Delicious.
So good. But I'm so excited because I got to make a Captain Evil box of chocolates for Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. They look, can I open them? Can I show people? We won't talk about the chocolates the whole time. No, don't open it.
Yes,
Why?
but let me just talk about this first, and I'm really proud of you. You know, me and you do things together.
Uh-huh.
And you have always been there for me. And I have always been the star, even though you are the star. But
no, you're the star.
I have been the kind of the forefront of a lot of the things that we've done over the years. And you have been an amazing wife and a strong wife and a sweet wife and a humble wife to always be there for me, to back me up.
Why are you making me cry?
I'm not trying to make you cry.
It's not Mother's Day yet.
I'm just saying that it is, you know, I work very hard to highlight how beautiful you are, how talented you are, how smart you are, how good at things, how good you are at things.
Yeah.
And, you know, it feels like it's finally paying off because you got invited. It was yes, they met you through my brand, but they want you. And Dorinda's Chocolates reached out and said, look, we want to do something with Renae. And you've always complimented me with your social media, with, things that you do. So I'm excited to be able to compliment you and help you succeed with something that is for you.
I'm so excited just because, one, I tasted the chocolates. Before there was even we want to partner with Renae, I tasted these chocolates and I said, oh my gosh, where are these from and where can I get more? Because they legit are delicious. I didn't realize that they don't use wax in their chocolate, and I never stopped to think about
Well, it's
I never stopped to think about it.
It's hard for us because we don't always want to be selling you guys stuff. And unfortunately, the world that we live in, the way that we make a living is by selling stuff. I tell you all the time, at the end of the day, I sell booze and chicken wings.
In the comedy clubs?
In the comedy clubs,
food.
In the theaters, right? If I come to town, let's
popcorn and nachos.
Same with movie stars,
yeah.
Right? And at the end of the day, I sell booze and food.
Yeah.
Right? That's how I pay my bills because the comedy clubs, the theaters go, yes, we would like to have Steve because Steve sells tickets. They come to our venue. They buy our food. They buy our drinks. So ultimately, when you look it all down, we are salesmen. But Renae and I try to really, really not sell you things that, number one, we don't believe in. And number two, we don't want to always be selling you stuff. So we're very, very selective about the things that we do and pick because we do have integrity and we do want our name to, we don't want to have you support us and it's shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, I'm picky. I mean, look at the Captain Evil cups. It was it's a handmade item. It was limited production because they were beautiful and special. And I was like, yeah, I can get behind that. I can sell that.
And so that people, this is not the first offer that Renae has gotten. We have said no to a lot of things because we also feel like, hey, we don't want to sell things for other people and us not make a lot of money doing it, or we don't like the product. So when Dorinda's chocolates came on our doorstep and said, hey, we want to do something with Captain Evil, and now you can tell them about the chocolate because it has blown my mind.
It's so good. It
is
so good.
It ruined me.
It melts in your mouth. Oh yeah, because didn't we talk about did we talk on the podcast about how I'd hide in the pantry and eat the massive tub of sea salts from Sam's Club?
I didn't know that chocolate has wax.
Yeah. Or paraffin to hold it and preserve it and keep it shaped.
They put paraffin, they put wax so that it lasts longer, so that it doesn't melt.
I didn't know they did that either, but when you taste chocolate that doesn't have that in it, it's so good.
It's no secret that my favorite chocolate go-to candy is peanut butter cups.
Uh-huh.
And now that I've eaten Dorinda's peanut butter cups, when you actually taste the real peanut butter and the real chocolate, it's a different experience.
Yeah.
It is amazing. So we went to Reno. You talk. I'm stealing your
I
thunder.
was gonna say, and I'm so excited about it because it was so much fun and they were amazing. One, they put a Captain Evil logo on a piece of chocolate that is just for this box. And we tried it on different things. We tried it on a chocolate piece and the logo didn't look quite right. So then they had me taste some things with white chocolate on it. And it is a lemon tart that they ended up putting the logo on. And I know when you say lemon tart chocolate, it sounds kind of funky, but whatever is in that lemon tart is so good.
It tastes like a piece of cake.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't taste like your typical piece of chocolate. It tastes like
and it doesn't taste like typical white chocolate either. It tastes
like a piece of cake.
Yes, it tastes like lemon. It's delicious. And I got to make one. They had us stir a batch of it and so they only use all natural ingredients. So it was legit lemon oil, pure lemon oil that I was stirring in the chocolate. It's so good.
So first of all, Dorinda, thank you so much for taking a chance on us. And it was really cool to see because it is a mother, the mother that owns this chocolate company, her name is Dorinda, and her son is now running the business. It is all mom and pop.
It's handmade. They make it there in their shop.
And we're just hoping to deliver them customers because they are taking care of us. We're going to take care of them. And so we decided, okay, what is the amount of boxes for Mother's Day? So
so that was their concern is they were like, well, how many orders are we going to get? And we don't know. We've never done anything like this. So there is a limited number of boxes and once that they can guarantee that they can hand make in time for Mother's Day. Cause it's a Mother's Day box. It has a Mother's Day label on it.
You can already pre-order them and have them ready, but there's only a certain amount. So you have to put Trevino in the code so that they know that you're actually ordering the Captain Evil box.
Yes. So they get the Captain Evil chocolate. Because the other thing we made was, he asked me, Dustin, he said, Renae, what flavors do you like? We can make we can put anything in chocolate, whatever you like. He's like, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to think of the traditional things. And I was like, well, I really like German chocolate cake. And he said his wife has been requesting the same thing. And he's like, we tried one iteration of it, but it didn't work. And I told him, I said, well, if your wife wants it too, and this, I was like, I think there's something here.
Do it.
Let's do this one.
So you will get a box of chocolates. Now, here's what I also found interesting. Rick, I got to tell you, man, and you're a lot like me. I had no idea. I went along to support you.
Yeah.
I went along to help you be successful. Right. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go fucking do this chocolate thing with Renae. I'm there for the support of Renae. I don't know how interested I am in freaking chocolate. I do think it's delicious, but in making a box with you,
yeah,
I was truly so interested because Rick, I like shows like how it's made, and when I started learning all the science.
Oh, even from the cacao bean to the cacao pod and the fat and the way it separates. Yeah.
And what white chocolate is versus, So I like to learn things, and I really enjoyed the process of learning how it's all done. And how they fill them up and how they make the casing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just an incredible experience it was really a hands-on how it is made.
Well, and I learned that like being a chocolatier is such an art form.
It's a science.
Yeah, it actually, yes, you're right.
If you over melt chocolate,
the temperature,
you're screwed.
Yeah.
If you underdo it, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So they test it. They take a little piece of paper, wax paper, they dip it in the chocolate, they set it aside, and they have to make sure that once it dries, that it breaks a certain way.
Yeah.
Before they even start doing it. It was fascinating. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed.
No, one time they even had me there were blow dryers in the kitchen, and they had me with a blow dryer, and they were like, you know what? We've used different tools, and we found that the blow dryer is like the perfect combo of just the right heat.
And Renae knows how to handle the blow
chocolate.
dryer. There's a blow joke there, but I'm not going to do it because everybody wrote it in their head. It's too easy. But it was an incredible experience, and you can go to Dorinda's Chocolates. We're going to put a little tab on my website and Renae's socials as well, so that hopefully, my love, that people will love you and support you. And
I just think it's such a don't go to a gas station and buy your Mother's Day gift like Steve typically does. It's the box, like the chocolates are beautiful. Each one is its own little special thing.
And I will tell you that it's not crazy expensive, but it's also not cheap. But you're also getting a super high quality product. And what I learned is that the most expensive part is the shipping.
Yeah.
Because they do not use wax.
Yeah.
Because they do not use preservatives.
Yeah. So it
right?
comes like insulated and temperature controlled.
He goes, where do you think most of your sales are going to come from? I said, well, Texas, of course. Texas always supports us. And California. And he goes, oh, and Phoenix. And, he goes, that's why it's so expensive. He goes, all the hot places. He goes, it's really hard to make sure that our chocolate gets there with the quality control that they expect. So that was the other thing I learned is they showed us there's she said in the beginning when they started their factory, one of the most expensive things they bought was, what did they call it? A humidor? Like for cigars, because apparently moisture just kills chocolate. Yeah. That was what was interesting too, is all of the learning curve that they've had to learn. And even they go, man, if it's raining outside, it changes things.
Yes.
When they're making chocolate. So they have now learned how to adjust if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's cold, if it's too dry. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's what they're saying. We can't ship on dry ice.
You want to open it?
Moisture. Do you want to show it? Yes, I would love to. Well, this is so they were sweet, and they let you and I make some chocolates, and then the Captain Evil ones were not coming out very good. And she's like, "It's okay. You can take those home. We won't put those in the box. We'll make sure to put some really good ones." But there's one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to lift it up to see. The German chocolate one that we made has gold dust on it. I don't want to put my fingers all over them, but there's a chocolate covered cherry in here. And that's their chocolate covered cherries are actually award winning. They've gone to chocolate competitions.
Well, no, but and you'll hear more about the story, but it is unbelievable the way that their company took off. They got invited to a national chocolatier convention.
Yes.
On accident.
They got an invitation that was supposed to go to another chocolate company. She's Dorinda's, and I think it was supposed to go to it was a name
Dorinda or something.
Dorados, or I don't know what the heck it was.
So, here this mom and her son show up from making chocolates in their kitchen, and he said, oh my gosh, there's huge chocolate displays, and people have chocolate sculptures, and they're trying to get all this attention.
We were out of our league.
He goes, we showed up. We go, we don't belong here, which they did not. And they have their little table. One of the things that they noticed is that everybody would walk around eating the chocolates, but then everybody had a trash can near their chocolates because people take a half a bite, they throw it away, right?
Yeah.
Go try another one. And he noticed, he looked down, and his trash can was empty. Nobody had thrown any chocolate away. They're not supposed to be there.
Well, I'm sorry, but that was the part of the story that I loved. And when we were there with Dorinda and Dustin, she said once they got there, they legit thought they were invited and they were supposed to be there. And once they got there and they realized like what was up and they weren't actually supposed to be there, she was like, at that point, she's like, as a mom, like I'm in front of my son, you know, she's like, if it had just been me, I probably would have just packed up my stuff and gone home.
I don't belong here.
No big deal.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be here. But she was like, no, we came, we brought our stuff. I was with my son. She's like, I had to set an example for him. And like, I almost teared up when she said that because I can imagine.
Oh, there was a lot of tears.
Like,
there was a lot of tears while we were filming yesterday because they have the same passion we do, you know, and the same passion for quality and the same passion for their customer, and you know. Yeah. So anyway, they start doing awards, and he says there's like 30 awards, and you know him and his mom look at each other like, all right, let's pack our shit, let's just go.
We did it. We finished. We crossed the finish line.
We crossed the finish line. You know, award number 1, award number 2, and award number 3. As they're about to leave, they say, and the most coveted award, which is the People's Choice Award, is Dorinda's chocolates. They won People's Choice Award at one of the biggest chocolate conventions. Yeah. You know,
that's like kismet. That's the stars aligning that they got an invitation that was supposed to go to somebody else.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
You know, so we can't wait to show you guys. And then of course Renae was walking around with this thing because this is beautiful, and they do these. There's 12 little eggs in there.
But you have to come to their shop because and pick these up.
They won't ship.
How do you ship it?
They'll break. And Renae almost made it. She lost a leg.
I got it home minus a little foot.
She lost the little foot.
But it goes right there.
But you have to melt it. Use your blow dryer.
Yeah.
Melt it together.
I can put it back. See, isn't that cute?
Yeah.
But I thought for sure it was gonna be in pieces by the time I got it home on the plane.
Well, we definitely had fun, and you know, as Mother's Day approaches, we can't wait. And we hope to have a bunch of these chocolates available. We need to start working on setting up our
the Mother's Day podcast. So, yes, I want to be able to offer them to the moms at the Mother's Day podcast.
Yes, so we're really trying to put something together very, very special for Mother's Day. But you know, gosh, I was so tired, but it was.
Oh, you had a crazy schedule. You got like Sunday, you flew into Austin, and Garrett's baseball tournament happened to be like 20 minutes from the airport. So you went straight to baseball tournament. They had an amazing weekend. I was so glad you got to end up being there for 2 games.
Baby, I motivate. I got them excited and roused. You know, my job as baseball coach is I'm the hype man. I go in there and I get pumped and I get loud and I get them excited and motivated. And I'm just so proud of our boys. We ended up in the championship game. And this is our first time
to get that far.
To get that far in the championship game. So the first inning, they were frazzled and they were definitely nervous. So they scored 7 runs on us in the first inning. We're like, oh my God, we're about to get smashed.
Yeah.
Well, my boys went out there. Our boys, there's a lot of coaches and a lot of family that really dedicates their time and efforts into baseball. So I don't want to.
It's a team.
I don't want to say my boys,
but
but all of us, right? The next 4 innings, they did not let them score 1 point.
Well, no, they ended up scoring 1 more. Final score, they had 8 points. But in all the innings, they only it was that first inning, and then after that, they stopped them.
And we ended up scoring 3, so we lost 8-3. But we did end up with the silver ring, the hardware, as they say. And
oh my gosh, those things are huge. Why is that the thing in baseball tournaments that these children get this massive isn't it plastic? What is it made out of? Metal?
It's
plastic?
Heavy. I don't know. It's like heavy plastic, but you know the boys were so proud, and it was just
those rings are ridiculous.
And I'm getting emotional now, man. I mean, you know, I never get to make the games because obviously I'm on the road, you know. Yeah. And I had told the boys, I said, guys, I go, if you guys get to 2 games on Sunday, I will get to be on the field with you guys and I will get to see a game. I said, please. I bribed them. I said, we will have a pizza party if you guys go to game 2, right? And I get there, Coach, we're going to game 2, pizza party. So I was already so excited to.
Now we got to figure out when we're throwing this pizza party.
Yeah. But I was so excited to be on the field with those boys. And I'm so proud of Garrett. You know, he's such a good baseball player. And last game, all tied up. and we're last at bat.
Yeah.
And all this other team has to do is stop us, and they win. Bases are loaded. We need one more point. And I was like, oh my God, it's on Garrett. Garrett is now up to bat. And if he strikes out, this game is over and we lose the game. And I'm like,
that's so much pressure for a 7-year-old.
Oh my God, dude! Like my
to get his team to the championship.
Yes, it's on him, and he gets up there, first pitch, and he nails a walk off, and it was. I'm getting a little emotional. I'm over here. He runs to first. All the kids come out and all the coaches come out to grab Garrett. And Garrett is pushing kids out of the way and pushing coaches out of the way to get to me.
Yeah.
And he comes straight to me and he grabs me and I pick him up. And it was just a wonderful father-son moment. But you should have seen him, honey. Like because you went to Encanto.
I was going to say, I missed it. I had bought tickets to Encanto.
On ice.
Encanto on ice, yes, a long time ago, thinking it was Sunday afternoon. And if Garrett couldn't make it, I could still make it with Delilah. Like, that we'd make it work somehow. Never did I imagine it was going to fall on the weekend. They made it that far.
But man, Garrett's like pushing. I mean, literally like, move out of my way. I got to get to my dad.
Yeah.
And I picked him up and it was a really proud dad moment. And we just had a wonderful weekend. And then, left Omaha, got 2 hours of sleep, got on a plane, got to Austin, drove to the tournament, did 2 games at the tournament, didn't get home.
Well, and you and I didn't even get to see you because I was waiting for you to get to the baseball field before I left with my mom and Delilah, because we did the first game in the morning before I left with them to go to Encanto. But your flight was delayed, so I left Babe behind with Garrett.
And then Sunday night, knowing that it's me and Renae back on a plane to go to Reno Monday morning.
Yeah.
To get out there and do this chocolate bullshit that I ended up liking and thought it was cool. That's another thing about the husband-wife experience, right? Yeah. Like when you're a single guy, what I'm trying to say is the things that I think I don't like or I don't want to do, and you're like, no, you have to do it with me because you're my husband.
Yeah, you got to come to this chocolate making class with me, babe.
I would not find those things if you didn't make me.
Yeah.
Right? I was never a wine drinker ever until you were like, have a glass of wine.
You don't even drink coffee.
I didn't drink coffee either. But you were always like, hey, have a glass of wine with me. And I'd be like, oh, okay, well, this isn't bad. And then, I want to go to a winery and I want, can we go wine tasting? And I'd be like, oh my God, I gotta go fucking wine tasting. Is there not a whiskey tasting?
There is.
But now, as you've made me do things, I go, you know what? I enjoy that. I enjoy going to a winery and sitting outside and having cheese and salami and apples and drinking wine. So this is one of those things. It's like, okay, Renee's going to drag me, or not drag me. I did want to do it because I wanted to support you doing something in the entertainment world with us. So, but I ended up really, really enjoying it. And it was a really great experience, even though I was exhausted and tired,
Well, you also failed to mention that
I know what you're gonna say.
They put us up in a casino. So you had some entertainment in your downtime.
Baby, I got to make a living. Okay? Stand up is my hobby. Okay? Stand up, craps is my career.
Yeah.
And I got to put in 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
To make sure. But it was a really great experience. And I'm so happy that we did it. And,
I am too. I'm glad I did Encanto on Ice with Delilah too. I felt really guilty, but I was like, oh, do I just do we not go? Garrett's in the championship. Do we just stay and watch? But then on the other side, I also felt guilty.
Remember,
we weren't in
the championship yet.
Yeah.
We were not. We were going to the game. That if we won that game, then we would go.
Then we would go to the championship.
Championship.
Yes.
So it was still up in the air.
Yeah.
You know.
I just felt like I did we did all those things with Garrett. We took him to Paw Patrol and we took him to Peppa Pig Live, and I hadn't done any of that with Delilah.
That's what's made having 2 kids so hard, man. Like, you know, I am bedroom routine guy with Garrett and for Garrett, and because of that, it doesn't let me be that to Delilah.
Yeah.
So it's really hard, and sometimes we switch, right? But again, I would have loved to go to Encanto with my daughter, But again, I'm doing the Garrett thing, you're doing the Delilah thing, and it makes the kid raising harder, right? And you do realize that second kid does not get the dual parent attention, if you will.
And that's why I'm struggling with this like traveling baseball thing. And when you talk about playing it 2 seasons, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm up for that. 1, because you travel on weekends, but 2, also because I don't think it's fair to Delilah to have her at a baseball field all day Saturday and potentially all day Sunday.
It's part of it, and obviously we're not going to play year-round baseball. We decided we're not doing that. And then, it's going to get more complicated as we put Delilah in things.
Yeah.
Because right now it's Garrett Jiu-Jitsu, Garrett baseball, Garrett Jiu-Jitsu, Garrett baseball on the weekends, and Delilah does not have her thing yet, but we're about to start putting her in maybe Jiu-Jitsu, maybe gymnastics. She loves to dance, so maybe. Oh,
you should have seen her. I got her a little Mirabelle dress, and when she saw it, she was so excited, and she put it on. And then Mom brought her a little Mirabelle doll, and she took it with her to the show. And the little shoes kept slipping off, and she was like, "Oh no, Mirabelle needs her shoes." And she's like, "Find the shoe," and would put the shoe on. She had to have both her little shoes.
That's definitely a big difference. Garrett could not sit through a movie with interest until he was probably 4.
I remember him being like younger than most kids, but Delilah.
Oh, yeah. Delilah's not even 2.5, and she's all about like, if we go to the movie, she'll sit and watch a movie. Mm-hmm. She'll sit here at the house and find something interesting. Or you said she was just totally engaged.
We were running late. We got like legit, something happened on the 35 going to San Antonio, and traffic was stopped at a standstill. And my mom was like, "Well, it's okay if we get there at intermission. Like, that's probably all Delilah can handle anyway, is the second half of the show." And no, she was engaged the entire time.
But you did make it there on time.
We got there a little late. It had started.
I should know that. I should have known. I don't even know why I asked. Of course you got there a little late.
Well, no, I didn't. It's at the Alamo Dome because it's on ice. In my head, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to the Majestic."
We always talk about our idiosyncrasies. Is that what it's called? Uh-huh. Right? And one of mine is I get crazy anxiety being late. And I don't know how you...
I don't.
You are...
It's so weird. I get anxiety about completely different other things.
But you're obsessive compulsive. You're one of these people that obsesses over what you like, and
every piece of chocolate in the box.
And you get anxiety when things aren't perfect, and you get anxiety when but you don't give a fuck about being late.
It's true.
I get anxiety. I go crazy. Like, I cannot be late.
Well, I think it's not I don't give a fuck about being late. Like, I don't...
You have to not give a fuck.
No, I'm trying. I'm making an effort. Like, I literally feel like I'm always running from one thing to the next, and I forgot this or I forgot that. Like, it's not intentional that I'm just like, who cares? I'm making an effort to get there on time.
Well, then being married, what drives me crazy is that you will make me late, and then, like, if we're going to a meeting or we have a shoot or we're doing something, and then you make me late, and then I feel terrible for the people that are there waiting.
Well, no, that's not true, because in Reno, they were waiting on us for dinner, and I'm the one at the door, like, opening the hotel room while you're on the phone being like, "Can we walk and talk at the same time? People are waiting on us."
It was downstairs, and it was dinner. Anyway, my point is that I don't know how you can be late. I get fucking anxiety. I go crazy when I'm late.
Yeah.
And you don't give a fuck. It's amazing. But I had another thought, and
We were talking about kids, and it's hard being in two different places, and how Delilah loved Encanto so much.
Oh, my God.
and we were late. That's what we're talking about.
well, and now we have to, encourage Delilah into what we think she might like.
Well, she
Right.
loves. They do dance at her preschool.
Oh, yeah.
Someone comes and teaches
What
a
does she
dance
say?
class on
Left
Thursday.
step, left step.
She says shuffle hop, and she does
Yeah.
her little foot like a
Yeah.
little tap shuffle.
She goes shuffle.
I should
hop.
get her little
It's
tap
the-
shoes.
No.
Just to start playing around the house. Yes, get her. She needs some
But
little tap shoes.
and then she was doing impressions. I go, how was Encanto, honey? And she goes, she jumped out of her seat, and then she was like walking across the living room, like doing her thing. And I mean, she definitely has a different type of attention span for things like that than Garrett does.
Yeah.
Or did.
Yeah.
And now Garrett, I want to take him to this new Mario Brothers movie that's out.
Oh, I haven't seen the previews.
I think he'll love it. But now Garrett loves going to a movie with me.
Yeah.
We go to the movie, me and him, the family, we get our little popcorn, and he loves it.
Although now he'll tell me when I take him, because we used to do the snack pack, and now he'll be like, "Mom, can I get a big icy, please? Does it have to be the snack pack size? Because they give you
the little tiny
one."
No, we're all about it. So it's going to start to get very difficult, and that's one of the things that I admire about Travis. Travis has a second son. And he always tells me, he's like, I am going to do the same for him that I did for my older son.
Yeah.
So poor Travis coaching our team that we've always coached, and then also coaching Campbell's team, and his dedication to it, his attitude towards it, and his I will make it happen.
Yeah.
So sometimes Travis is doing a game in the morning coaching his 4-year-old or 5-year-old,
right,
and then he's hauling ass to us to make that work. So he's doing double duty because, he wants to give his younger son the same commitment that he gave his older son. And that's where you get worn out. That's, because it's hard, man. And it's like, God, now there's 2 kids to give the same effort to. I don't know how people do it with 3, 4 kids. I have no clue how somebody survives that.
Yeah.
And I guess you start to realize too that, like your situation when your parents had your sister years later, that they're like, yeah, fuck it.
No, they were never like that. You're just. The other thing that's hard is the age gap with Garrett and Delilah, and my sister and I had that same age gap too. That's hard.
No, you had a bigger age gap.
Yeah.
Much bigger age gap. Very excited. Omaha was a
cold,
a huge success. It was cold. And that club's kind of a famous club. It's just,
is it? Why?
Yeah, it's just the Omaha Funny Bone has just always been a club that people know about, talk about.
When was the last time you were in Omaha?
9 years.
Holy
and the reason
cow.
I know that is because 9 years ago,
Uh-huh.
my friend from high school, Courtney, she took me out to lunch, and then her husband at that time was a fireman.
Uh-huh.
We met him at his firehouse, and then we went and had the next day we had a hang at her house with her husband, and but she had a baby at that time.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, man, I go, God, what was that, 7 years ago? She goes, no, my daughter's 9.
Wow.
And I'm like, holy.
Wow.
So 9 years.
Why so long since you've been back to Omaha?
I don't know. The first time I went 9 years ago, we didn't do that great.
Yeah.
We
It
didn't.
seems like Omaha would be a tough market.
It was great. We probably could have sold out another show, and the people there were super sweet and super gracious, and oh my God, tell Captain Evil hello, and we miss Captain Evil, and we love her. Tell her we love her, and but it was amazing, and we had such a wonderful time entertaining those folks. So this week is Easter. Got a lot of work to do. I'm a little anxious because I want to get to work.
Yeah, it's been a crazy couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. And then we're going to Indianapolis. So we are doing the Helium Comedy Club in downtown Indianapolis.
Oh, we got to figure out too. We might have to, because we're traveling so much with podcasting. We might either have to do a long episode next week, or maybe we take a week off, or I don't know. Rick, we got to figure out with you what we're going to do about that.
Because
you share. No, this is your thing. You share.
Well, we got hired to do a private event. Apparently, somebody rented out all of Norwegian Cruise Line.
Oh, see, I don't even know all these juicy details.
The whole ship. And they hired me to be their entertainment. And I refused to do things without my wife. So they included my wife.
Uh-huh.
So after Indianapolis, we will fly to Miami. They will pick us up to go to the Dominican Republic.
Uh-huh.
And we will have Monday night off to hang out.
Yeah.
Right? And to do a little... And then...
Which probably means gambling because you're on a boat.
Kind of means sleep. Like my dad always says, get you some sleep. And then Tuesday I perform for this group, and then they drop us off in St. Thomas, and then we fly home. So Renae and I will get a little kind of a little work vacation.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to Norwegian.
You're right. We probably will just sleep. I feel like once Easter and then that next couple weeks, I'm probably just a lot of sleep.
But I started talking to them, and they were talking to me about my interest in veterans and what I do for veterans.
Yeah.
Well, Norwegian is going to launch a campaign to give veterans a discount to be on their cruises. Mm-hmm. So I told them that I would like to help get the word out to veterans, and we're gonna work out something really special with Norwegian to be able to have one of you guys who is a veteran win a trip on Norwegian.
You're going to give away a cruise.
Isn't that cool?
Yes, I thought that was so cool when you were talking about it. And you were like, well, maybe we could do something like this. And they were like, yeah, we can do that. And just like that. Yep, you can give away a cruise.
So it is very exciting. We're so happy. Well, I can't wait to go back, to Indianapolis because of course that's where I met Timmy.
Oh, we're going to get to meet Timmy's new grandbaby.
Oh, possibly.
Right?
Yep. Yeah, Timmy's a grandpa, dude. And he did so we bought him, we bought him a whole package
a slew of grandpa gear.
Of grandpa shit, dude. Grandpa mugs.
Grandpa keychains.
Grandpa
t-shirts.
T-shirts, all kinds of stuff. So, Timmy, like me, always wears tank tops. Which, by the way, I stole that from Timmy. Timmy was the one.
Timmy's the original tank top.
He's the original
warrior.
tank top. And then we got a tank top that says Grandpa Bod. And dude, he wears it all the time.
Does he?
All the time. Timmy is one of those guys that he really doesn't show you a lot of emotion.
No, he does not.
Timmy is always very even keeled.
Yeah.
Doesn't say thank you, but doesn't need to because he shows you thank you with his actions. He's not he
doesn't get frazzled easily.
He's just a very even-keeled guy and doesn't smile much unless we're laughing about something stupid.
Oh, but he'll laugh with us.
Oh, we laugh.
He has a good laugh.
Yeah, we laugh. Timmy likes to laugh.
Timmy gets a case of the giggles.
Yeah, Timmy likes to laugh. And then me and Timmy just take jokes to a whole nother. Like, by the time if you go, what are y'all laughing about? We're like, look, I can't even catch you up. Like, it has gotten ridiculous. But to see him talk about his grandson, to see the smiles on his face when he talks about his grandson, it's been a really beautiful thing to see Timmy kind of, and Timmy's a legit tough guy. I mean, the guy was the captain of the Indianapolis rugby team. He's a very, very tough guy. And, he just kind of has a scowl about him. Yeah. Like some people will go, hey, man, Timmy's scary. We get that a lot. Oh my God, Timmy's going to kill somebody, right? Like we get that a lot. So to see his face light up and to see him, so hopefully we'll get to meet his grandson. Maybe we'll do something special for his grandson. Yeah. I mean, we have been, Renae's got a soft spot for Timmy. So she's been over sending gifts to his grandson, which has been really sweet of you and nice. But Indianapolis, I'm really looking forward to having a day off with you on a cruise.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Me and you.
It'll be good. No I'm looking forward to it.
But the whole family's coming to Indianapolis.
Yes.
So we're going to need your suggestions. We're going to need your recommendations.
I've never done Indianapolis.
It's a cool town. Indianapolis is a very cool town.
Yeah.
It's a real city.
It's been a while since we've been to a city where I'm like, what am I going to do with the kids? And like actually kind of go and look what's around.
Research. Got to do some research.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done research. Now we go to a city and I'm like, oh, this will be perfect for the kids. We've never done this with Delilah, but we did it with Garrett.
So this is the first time that we're going to go to a new city.
I didn't think about that.
Well,
I should ask Garrett what he wants to do.
Yeah, we should get a list of what can be done in Indianapolis. So
what's good for both of them? Because it's hard. Garrett's like here in our town, Garrett's kind of aging out of our children's museum, and Delilah is like just getting really, really into it. So what's good for a 7-year-old
in Indy
and a pretty advanced 2.5-year-old?
They threw Delilah in the pool.
Yes. Oh, and you know what? I saw in the comments, someone said, show us Delilah swimming. I do need to post an update video. I want to even go through my phone and like find video of like her first session floating in the water to today.
It is incredible, man. I mean, she floats with her head up and she can count and she counts to like 20.
Yeah. But I have to show you that from this morning because it's like her test. It's her last week. And so part of it first, they throw them in their summer clothes. And then, which she did yesterday with Rebecca since we were out of town. And then this morning it was winter clothes. So boots and a big old puffy little puffer vest with a hoodie on it. And she was not excited about getting in the pool in her clothes, but she floated and her boots were not light. Like she kept her little legs up and did it.
Oh, she's amazing. And you know, I got home yesterday and I thanked my kids. I said, thank you guys for, you know, understanding that we do have to travel and thank you for, you know, sacrificing for us. And I think that sometimes parents forget that these are little humans.
Yeah.
You know, you're not the boss of them. You don't own them. They're people.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that, and teachers have a bad habit as well of saying, I need you to do this. And I need you to be quiet. And I need you to go over here.
Oh,
and
not
need
just
you to line
not
up.
just teachers.
But I'm saying
controlling
teachers,
moms,
parents.
Yeah.
They have a habit of going, I need you to sit down and be quiet. And it's like, well, would you talk to anybody that way?
Yeah, that was so loud.
You wouldn't talk to, Rick and I work together. I would never call Rick and go, hey, Rick, I need you to do this and I need you to do that. I wouldn't talk to him that way. I wouldn't talk to anybody that way. So I don't talk to my kids that way.
Yeah.
You know, I talk to my kids as people and as partners, and I say, hey, thank you for understanding and being sweet with us that we did have to travel because travel is part of our job. And I appreciate you, being good people and being understanding. And
well, it's just, it's hard when we're both gone.
It's hard.
It's hard when we're both gone at the same time.
It's very, very hard. And I always say that you cannot treat children like kids. Yes, they're kids, but you need to treat them like the adults they're going to be.
Yeah.
And if you
but with that it's balance too. Like there's the saying, let kids be kids. Like also don't take away their childhood from them. Yeah.
And I tell Garrett at night, when we're doing our bedtime stuff, I also tell him like, hey, son, being a dad is very difficult and I'm trying the very best I can. And I want you to know that I'm going to make mistakes. I made a mistake. I've made mistakes and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you and I love you. And I want you to know, son, that I'm trying to be the very best dad that I can be. And, he always goes, no, Dad, you're amazing. And it's okay if you make mistakes. And, but we have those real conversations, me and my kids, where I say, hey, guys, like, believe me, I am trying my best. And I think that it was something that I would have liked to hear from my parents.
Yeah.
I would have liked my parents to go, hey, I know we made some mistakes, but Steve, please understand that, man, I really tried to be a good parent to you.
Yeah.
And I did the very best I could, So I just think that the philosophy of raising kids needs to be more of a relationship versus I need you to do this. And, you need to listen to me. You have to listen to me.
Well, they say, have you ever heard, it's similar to what you're saying, the idea that what are the traits that are important important that your child possesses as they get older? Do you want them to be, when we're talking about you need to listen to me, do you want them to be an obedient adult? Is that important to you? Well, no, not necessary. No. So then why are we treating them that way as children, to be obedient children, when that's not necessarily a skill we want them to have as adults?
I was talking to a baseball parent yesterday, and I'm not going to name any names, but he called me up and he said, hey, my son was upset about this. He goes, and we have been trying to encourage our son to let us know how he feels so that we understand how to
help him navigate it.
He goes, and for the first time, he actually spoke up and said, hey, Dad, I'm upset at the game because this happened to me, and I want to come and tell you this.
Right.
So as a parent,
you're obligated to,
you got to back him up.
Make him feel supported. Right?
Yeah. You got to back him up. And you got to call the coaches and say, hey, my son felt like this. What happened? Why did that happen? Right? So again, what happened to that young man was a mistake. We made a mistake, and that kid ended up on the bench 2 innings in a row, which was not supposed to happen. So I owe that kid an apology.
Yeah.
And I need to go to that kid on Tuesday or Wednesday when we have practice and say, hey, I want you to know that was not supposed to happen. You have every right to feel that way. You are a good baseball player, and I'm sorry. I apologize that happened to you.
Yeah.
And we are going to do better, right? So those are all the things that I think when it comes to parenting that we have been very successful is in the, hey, we talk to you like a person.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, and there's Delilah. There's Delilah who just screams. Oh my gosh. No, Delilah's just such a screamer in a way that Garrett was
pissed.
not.
Delilah gets pissed.
She's getting better. I feel like as her command of the English language improves.
Frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm frustrated. How many 2-year-olds do you know?
Frustrated with this.
How many 2-year-olds do you know go, I'm so frustrated right now? She's 2. It's the cutest thing ever. And she's usually talking about you. She's like, oh, that lady. I go, I know how you feel. Anyway, I better wrap it up. We're going too long, but we love you guys so much. And I would like to give a shout out to Aztec Chevrolet, who has continued to support us, who has continued to be good to us. And we absolutely love our friends at Aztec Chevrolet. Please give them a chance. Old Salt Coffee today. I told Renae, what coffee's in there?
Oh, because I keep it in a glass jar, like all sealed up with a little scoop. Yeah, and you asked me.
You found the scoop.
Oh, it was in the side of the coffee pot where it goes, the coffee maker. There's a little hook.
I kept looking for the damn scoop.
But I took it, I put it back in the thing.
But we love our Old Salt Coffee. It is absolutely delicious.
Yes.
I did have somebody in Omaha come up to me and say that they are now crackheads with Old Salt Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, pick Cherries. We love them very, very much. Download the app. It doesn't cost you anything. Help us out. Please, please, please. Renae and I are a big part of Pick Cherries.
Pick a cherry. I'm always curious to see what cherries people pick.
I am interested in that too. I always pick the chocolate covered ones from Dorinda's. But we had a lot of fun on this podcast, and we love you guys so, so very much, and we will continue to keep you updated on our lives. And we are going to start videotaping our day-to-day and give you guys some little mini Steve Trevino.
Oh my God, I thought that was so funny when you posted the video of us working in the yard, and then people started calling you the Captain Evil because you were telling me where to park the Polaris.
Why'd you park there?
It was so good. We didn't even catch it when you said that.
I didn't either. I'm kind of upset that I didn't catch it.
Yeah, we should have known it.
Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and remember to choose to wake up and be positive. Till next time.